Good morning, YouTube, to the people on the interwebs. Give thanks and praises. I want to say, if no one has told you today that you are loved, allow me to be the first to say not only you are loved, you are admired. And if no one today has told you how strong and powerful you are, I mean, tell you that you are an unstoppable force, a juggernaut that cannot be contained, and there's nothing in the world you cannot do if you put your mind to it. So as you saw, the title of this video is going to be Dreadlock Regrets. And yes, I have some, so I want to talk about them. I'm going to try and make this video not too long, but I've had my dreadlocks for about a year now. Oh wow, it has been a year now of being locked. My locks are, for the most part, fully mature. And I say for the most part, and the reason why I say that is because I have, my locks are no maintenance, free forms, as some might say. I'm constantly having new locks grow as a result of the loose hairs, as a result of, the flyaways. So the locks that I started with, like the original locks, yeah, they're fully mature, but then I have some that are just being like created, and they're very loose and frizzy because they're just created out of the loose hair. So I guess my hair will never fully be mature if you think about it in that sense, because I constantly have new locks growing and growing and growing and growing. So anyway, all that I said, so yes, I have a few dreadlock regrets, and let's start with one of the first ones I had was about the method. When I first wanted dreadlocks, I was like, you know what? I wanted them for so long. This is my second set of locks. I had locks about 6 years ago, and I had them for about 6 years, and they're very long, and I decided to cut them, and ever since then I wanted another set of locks again. So one of my first regrets is waiting for so long. I just waited longer than I should have to just lock my hair, because it's like I didn't want to go through that quote-unquote ragamuffin stage, as I call it. And so so I just waited longer than what I should have to lock my hair. So that's regret number one. Regret number two is I was using all the wrong products. And by what I mean when I say wrong products, even though they were geared for people with dreadlocks, and I don't want to put the product name out there because it's very popular and a lot of people do use it and get good results from it. It did not yield good results for me. So there's this one particular product. I used a line of products made by the same company, and they're all geared towards people with locks. And what I started to notice is, before I put it in my whole head, I would just put it on one lock, and I did that for about 3 weeks just to see how my hair reacted to it before I then decided to put it all over my hair. And what I noticed is that my locks that I didn't put it on were locking and progressing very well, but this is the lock that I did put it on, and these were all started around the same time. And you ask yourself, okay, well, Frank, if these were started around the same time, why is this lock a lot shorter than, say, that one, or say around any of the other ones that I started with? And I love how it just sticks up like that. And the reason why is because I decided to, in a haste of just being frustrated and frustration and just getting my emotions overwhelm me, I cut it, because what those products were doing to my hair is it was conditioning it, which was forcing the knots to come out. So I was getting frustrated because my hair wasn't progressing as I wanted to, and in fact it was reversing. So one of my other regrets that I have is I cut my lock. Instead of just bearing with the course, I cut it. So that's regret number two. And then the third regret that I have is when I first started my locks. Okay, I got them twisted. My sister twisted them, and it took me about 2 hours. Very painful. And then about a week later, I washed them because it was just very, very itchy, and it all came out. So I was again frustrated. But when I twisted them, everyone, has baby hairs. So these hairs were not long enough to be part of a dreadlock. So like I said, all around my head, like around the perimeter of my hair, I have, like, everyone has like these baby hairs, you can tell. And what I did was, after I got them twisted the very first time, over a year ago actually, I went to the barber and I got this cut and I got this tapered and lined up. So this was, for those who don't know, so my locks actually started right here on back, and this hair up front was shaved very, very, very low, and then it was just lined up and looked nice and neat. So I did it once, or I think I did it twice, and then after that I decided never again. So ever since then, so obviously I let this part of my hair grow out, and so it's just a big, like, fluffy and it's just short. So that's my third regret, is cutting that and tapering my hair. That's before I decided to go natural, holistic, the way, you know, the creator intended us to be. So that's my third my third regret. And my last and final regret is it goes back along the lines of the products. When I first, in the early formation months of getting the dreadlocks, I went out and spent all this money on expensive dreadlock products, because I was like, you know, I have locks now and I want these special products because they're formulated with locks, you know, so I was like, I need these things. Not that I needed them, because I have locks. And in doing so, some of them worked, some of them didn't work. But what I found out is there's nothing you cannot make at home. There's nothing that you cannot make. All these products, like I was paying for, shampoos. I was paying like $25, $26 for a shampoo. And don't get me wrong, it smelled great and there's no residue and it lasts long. But at the end of the day, I was like, there has to be a better way. And I feel like that's where I feel like products that are made for dreadlocks, I'm not going to say are a scam, because at the end of the day, some of them, or majority of them, do the purpose that they serve. But I will say that they're on the premium end, and they take advantage of this niche group of people, because a very small amount of people have locks, and they just gouge them, I feel. And it's like, why pay $26 for, like, that's ridiculous. So my fourth regret is that I went and I bought all these products. I spent $100+ on hair products, and like most of them were trash and I threw away. But it's a learning experience, right? It teaches you something, and it taught me that, you know what, nature provides for all, and if you look at it like that, in the natural way, there's nothing that you cannot get, make, and create. And the final regret that I have in my journey, in my process, the final, and other than cutting my lock, the biggest regret that I have is I didn't nearly take enough pictures to document my journey along the way. And yeah, I have some videos on YouTube. I have one or two, photos, but I wish I would have taken more photos during the early process of my locks, and not only to look at it and remind me where I've been and where I started from, but also to show you, you know what, like we all start in the quote-unquote ragamuffin, the ugly phase. And to me, to be completely honest, dead serious, like, that is my favorite phase, because it's like, you know what, your hair is wild and crazy and you look like a like a bushman or Amazon, and I love that because it's just so it's like just birth. It's just amazingly beautiful, and I wish I would have taken more photographs, pictures to document that phase. So those are my regrets that I have in my lock process. Some might be small, some might be big, but those are the things I wish I could do over if I could have a chance. But at the end of the day, I can't, so I embrace what I can control, and those things are beyond my control. So I want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to spend with me, and may we all grow and strive for greatness every day. And you just never forget that when the world puts you down, or the world says that you can't, just look deep inside and say, you know what, you can. And there's nothing you can't do. There's nothing but peace, love, and positivity radiating through the airwaves, through the visual spinner onto the other end. Thank you. Till we meet again.